guys, gals, warrior princesses of all ages and genders? Welcome. Introduce yourself.
I am Andrew. I am the person who saddled up with this one.
Yes, this is my boyfriend, so today we're going to be doing the boyfriend tag. Please forgive Andrew, he is sick.
I am just hoping for death.
But he was kind enough to do this with me because we were supposed to go draft on Friday, and that was going to be the
thing for today.
And because of the inclement weather, which didn't actually happen because we didn't get any snow, we decided to stay home and not risk it. And that left me with very little content about drafting. So today we're going to do the boyfriend tag, and I know this is the second question answer that I'm putting up, but deal with it.
Happens.
Okay, I'll get started.
You're a silly person.
You're a silly person.
You're a silly person.
Alright, the question, there are 25 questions. Question number 1, where did we meet?
Yes. Technically in high school when we were in newspaper.
Technically.
Technically,
we met for the first time at a
mock trial meeting that you weren't a part of, but I was, and as you can, I don't know if you know this, but I have done nothing with law in my life, so doing mock trial in high school for a couple months was kind of a waste.
My best friend did mock trial, and I was riding home with her after school, and you were wearing a purple pillow, and you offered me a candy cane. And he was a year younger than me. He was a freshman, and I was a sophomore, so I was like, I don't have time for you. No.
I was an awkward child, but then we actually met in newspaper. For the first time actually, getting to know each other in our high school newspaper. And then a few years later, when I hung out with her brother. And then the rest is history, I guess. Not really.
Since it's not over yet.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What was our first date? Our first date was watching Black Dynamite.
Good first date.
It was really uncomfortable for me because it was supposed to just be the two of us. And our mutual friend was like, oh, you guys are hanging out. This is obviously a hangout thing. I'm gonna sit in this room and watch this movie with you guys.
Was it Dana?
It was Dana.
Sounds like Dana.
And we were supposed to be having our first date and alone time. And we're just gonna watch this movie he really wanted me to see. I had been away on vacation for 5 days, and we had been talking that whole time, and when I got back he was like, I need to see you, we need to spend time together, I want to kiss your face. He didn't say that part, but we all know it's true.
I am very bad about actually doing dates. I prefer to just spend time with a person, and if we go out and do something, we'll go out and do something, but I don't plan dates really, because I don't know how. I've never taught, so I just kind of do things.
I actually like that. I like the just chilling and getting to know each other. I feel like there's a lot of pressure with a structured date to act a certain way or talk about certain things, and with hanging out, it's a little more freeform, and I like that. It's a little more casual.
I'm also just not particularly romantic when it comes to that kind of stuff.
He's romantic in other ways though. Question number 3. Where was our first kiss and how was it?
It was in front of the air conditioning at my old home because I legitimately just grabbed her and kissed her after one of the first times we hung out and said I just want to get that out of the way.
Actually, that's not what happened.
That's how I remember it.
What happened is we were in the driveway about to go into your house.
Yes. Yes, that was right
in front of the air conditioning. Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant in your room because
No. This was, and I remember because I would go back and change that if I could. But back then, that was technically the first time we dated, and we've dated twice. This is the second time we dated. I was not particularly giving a shit about any type of long-term goals in my life. So just getting a first kiss out of the way like that was just kind of a way an ends to a means.
It was interesting. I'd never had that happen before. He before we even started hanging out, we pulled up into his driveway and he grabbed me and kissed me and said, okay, now we don't have to deal with that.
Look, man, I want to get I'm awkward, and if I can just get the awkward stuff out of the way ahead of time, that's the way to do it.
Question number 4. Did you know I was the one?
No, I broke up with you.
Yeah, that's what you did.
I broke up with you. I very clearly did not think you were the one.
The first time around. The second time around, I'm pretty sure
Pretty sure.
That girl.
Well, I experienced what other people were like, and other people are crazy people. Most people are actually terrible.
Except for me.
I don't recommend dating. It's terrible.
Okay, first impression.
I don't have a good memory, like straight up, I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember most things that happened more than a year ago. So...
Go with your gut.
My first impression of you was I thought you were Ashley. I legitimately got you and Ashley confused. I thought you and Jacob were dating.
Jacob's my brother, and Ashley is his girlfriend.
And I was very confused when I was told otherwise.
Well, really, well, you make it sound weird, but me and my brother are friends.
Yeah, I thought they were making out. Friends. I didn't, like, I did not know, no one, like, introduced anybody to me. I just knew that Jacob was friendly with everyone, and he's not mean to his sister, so I honestly don't remember what my first impressions of you were.
Okay.
Because they were muddled with also my first impressions of Ashley.
Yeah, well, the thing is that everybody assumed he remembered me from newspaper. The thing is, he didn't.
I don't remember. I remember very little from, because I was in newspaper for 2 years.
And I was only in newspaper for one of those 2 years with him, because I'm a year older.
I don't remember, and we'll probably get into it, because I love talking about newspaper, and I could talk about it forever, but that first year of newspaper was not a whole... The second year is what really takes up most of the memory. First year didn't really do as much. The second year is the one that both kind of turned me into who I was, but also scarred me a bit.
Well, if
apologize
we get into that later. Next, okay, when did you meet the family?
I met her family pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty immediately.
One of the reasons I actually decided to not be with her was because her family was so crazy.
Yeah.
But I've gotten over that.
My mom, the first time we dated, when she Facebook friend requested him, and when he didn't accept it, she cried for like an hour.
I was too cool. I was too cool to be friends with little people on Facebook.
She's a little emotional. She's a wonderful human being, and I love her, but she's a little emotional, and she's a little sensitive, and he hurt her feelings. A little bit. Because he's a jerk. Big old jerk.
I didn't know. But like they yelled at each other, they cursed each other, and like I come from a very like typical like middle class family. It's not like we are, you know, highbrow or anything like that, or like having these wonderful sit down dinners with the mom.
I would say that you guys are quiet people and we're loud people. Like, oh, excuse that. If we talk to each other, or if we're like upset or anything, like we let it out. We yell at each other, we curse each other. My mom will be like, "Get your mother effing ass in the room right now. Where the F are my tweezers?" and like stuff like that. And we're just very vocal people. We are loud, and I think it was at the time, because I was only 19. I was like 19 or 20 when we first dated. We dated, I guess I should say, we dated for 6 months, 7 months, anywhere between 6 and 8 months.
It felt like the way I remember it was we dated for like 2 months, but I don't think that's right.
It was like 6 to 8 months, and then he broke up with me because he's not smart. But then, like, we've always been, he's always been connected to me somehow, because my brother's friend group is him
like
and a bunch of, yeah, it's like a Venn diagram of people. So we still like kept in contact, and we didn't really have any ill will. Like, I kind of knew that he wasn't making the best decision, but I wasn't like mad at him because I kind of understood where he was in his life at that point. He's a very different person now and in this relationship than he was the first time in our first relationship. And to be perfectly honest, I'm glad we broke up. So that's cool. But he did a lot of growing in like the year and a half between the first time we dated and now. And we've been together for 3 years. So.
Give or take. We actually don't have an anniversary. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
our anniversary is the month of October.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. We kind of just like started hanging out, and it happened, and you know, things. What was I saying?
I don't know. I think we're on question 5.
We're on question 6. When did you meet the family?
No.
I think what I was saying is that
loud people, quiet people.
Yeah, loud people, quiet people.
And I was not about to settle myself up with that because it was a lot.
Number 7, do we have a tradition?
No, I mean, like Halloween. I mean, we have like holidays and stuff, but traditions.
I don't necessarily think that you're thinking of this in the way that I'm thinking of this.
What do you think it is?
Because I think our tradition is every night before we go to bed, we watch some sort of like video together, like a live stream of Magic or
just a live stream in general.
Yeah,
a video game of some kind.
A video games of things we're both interested in. We kind of like we watch live streams. And I think that's our tradition.
I guess tradition don't have to necessarily be yearly. I think of traditions as yearly, but it's not.
No, I think like we do that almost every night. It's a tradition.
Okay.
When we don't do it, I don't sleep well.
Took a lot is equal when you were out for a week.
Yeah. What was our first road trip?
Was it Animazement?
Or was it Florence? Did you count that as a road trip?
No.
I think Animazement.
Animazement, because that was out of state. That was Florence is like 2 hours away.
That's true.
Animazement is like 4. It's a small-ish anime convention.
Raleigh.
In Raleigh, North Carolina. That I've been going to since I was like freshman in high school, which is just now a long time ago. But we missed the past couple of years. But that was our first road trip.
Yeah.
Very fun time. I would like to go back. I recommend it. Look at that.
Alright, the next question is 9, I mean. Who said I love you first and where were we? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I just, like...
It was a long time ago.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but... Because we didn't say I love you the first time around. Because I don't think either of us were really in a state or in a position
Neither one
to
was really into the relationship at the time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I liked you, and I thought you were interesting and cool, and like I liked spending time with you, but I don't think either of us really were invested in that relationship. I don't think either of us were in the position to be invested in any kind of relationship. But this time around, we just kind of fell into it. Like, it wasn't like a thing. It wasn't like this one moment I knew I loved him. It was just kind of like we spent a lot of time together, we kind of grew together, and it just kind of happened. Like... No.
Yeah.
There isn't like it's not like November 22nd I realized I loved him. It was just like over the span of, the first like 6 or 7 months I was like, this is the person for me.
Yeah, not about that. There wasn't like a moment where I was like, oh, I guess I'm in love with this person. It's like I
am.
Like, oh, I'm in love with this person. I guess I can live with them.
What do we argue about the most?
Money.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where when you have a lot of money, it's not an issue, and you don't talk about it. But when you don't have a lot of money,
yeah,
that's when you start talking about it a lot.
We moved in together last year. This was our first apartment with a significant other, where we have to like pay bills and stuff. And I mean, it's not like bad arguing. We don't like get into fist fights or anything like that. But it's definitely money. Money is the thing that we talk about most.
The most tense conversations.
Tense conversations. Having about money. I would say they're more tense conversations than arguments. Who wears the pants in the relationship? I disagree. I don't think that there is really a pants wearing person. I think that we're pretty, like, we communicate very well. It's not like you do this or you do that. Okay, he's shaking his head, but maybe I just feel like that because I wear the pants.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with her that like I definitely hold a lot more power than I think I do, but at the same time, I generally don't feel like I exercise any of it. That makes sense.
I kind of feel the same way though. Like, there are a lot of things like, I don't know.
Next question.
Alright. If I'm sitting in front of the TV, what am I watching?
She is watching makeup videos or DeFranco Fam. She's not actually watching TV. She's watching YouTube on the TV.
That's true. That's very true.
That's it. That's the end of that question.
I think you would, like, if you're sitting in front of the TV, more than likely you're playing a game. Recently it's been Xenoblade Chronicles? Is that what that's called?
Add next to it and you're right. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
You got it right. You had the hard part anyways. It's a dumb name for a video game, but yes.
That's mostly, if he's in front of the TV, mostly he's in front of his computer.
Yeah,
you spend more time at your computer.
I spend most of my life in front of a computer.
Okay. What dressing do I get on my salad?
You used to do ranch, but you switched to a vinaigrette. Possibly just vinegar. Not vinegar, that's something else entirely. But you do a vinaigrette.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's a little healthier.
That's true. I don't know, I kind of like outgrow ranch.
It's because ranch, you discover, kind of makes the point of the salad. Like, you're getting a salad not because it Like, you
Well,
want to, I don't know.
I have tummy trouble, and ranch is like 85% mayonnaise, and that hurts my stomach.
Just great.
I only eat ranch with pizza now because I can't not do that.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, at that point, you're already going to be having, like, horrible stomach issues anyway, so might as well just double down on it.
Sure.
The double down also causes trouble issues.
What's the one food I don't like?
Oatmeal. I mean, there are other foods you don't like, but that's the one that, like, I think of when I think of things you don't like.
It's true.
You,
I don't
you
like
despise oatmeal, and that breaks my heart.
I've tried so hard to like it, too, and Andrew's made it a ton of different ways.
It's
like,
so cheap. It's so good for you. Oh, it's so good.
I can't stand the taste, the texture. I can't say anything about it.
But she likes grits, and that's the most important thing to me. As a good Southern boy.
What do I think you don't like? What's one food you don't like? Hold on, let me answer.
It's more of, I'm not gonna answer, but it's more of a broad thing, less of a singular thing.
Seafood, yeah.
Yeah,
seafood.
I can't do seafood. Which, I don't know if you've gone into where we live, but we live in Charleston, South Carolina, which is kind of a big portion of this town is basically just seafood.
Yep.
And I love food, and I love this town's food. And I can't eat most of it.
Okay.
I can do shrimp and grits though.
We go out to eat. What do I get to drink?
She gets a sweet tea.
You get
Sweet
Diet
tea.
Coke with lemon.
Diet Coke with lemon. Sometimes you do a Diet Coke, but it's usually just sweet tea or water.
Yeah, I don't like lemon, but he gets a Diet Coke with lemon.
Yep.
Okay, next. What shoe size do I wear?
I don't even know what shoe size I wear.
Aren't you like a 12?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, for future reference, I'm a 9. I have big old feet. Maybe they're average. I don't know. I just wear 9. If I was collecting anything, what would it be?
Makeup.
Yeah, it's makeup. If you were collecting anything, it would probably be like video game nostalgia.
Yeah, or we could just go with the easy thing of we both play a collectible card game.
That's true.
We both play
Magic.
Magic.
the
Magic
Gathering.
is a collectible. Well, it's a trading card game, but it's.
There'd be collectible. I
never
don't
quite
think that
understood
would,
the difference between a CCG and a TCG, but I do collect certain things.
What is my favorite type of sandwich?
Like, favorite or kinds you like? I know a bunch of different kinds of sandwiches you like, but
What's my favorite sandwich?
your favorite sandwich?
Yeah.
I don't know, grilled salmon with eggplant fritters or something?
No.
I don't know. It's not ham, I know that.
No, it's not ham. I hate ham. It's pretty much my Subway order. Actually, no, okay. There's this, I try and recreate it everywhere I go, but there's this like sub place in Florence. It's called Pizzarama, and they're Italian, and they make a super sub, a supreme sub. I don't know what's in it. All I know is it's delicious, but my go-to sandwich is turkey and Swiss toasted with lettuce, tomato, extra olives, vinegar, and oil, extra vinegar.
I would like to put oil and vinegar on my sub because I think it tastes delicious. It makes the bread soggy, and soggy bread is the most disgusting thing in the world.
Jeez. What would I eat every day if I could?
She would probably eat every day if she could. Sushi.
Probably, yeah.
Sushi or, yeah, probably just sushi or like salmon.
I would say sushi or macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, you're macaroni.
I would probably eat sushi or macaroni and cheese. If you could eat anything every day, I don't know that you would like that.
Eating something the same thing every day?
Yeah.
I'd be much more fine with it than you would.
I
You
guess
can't eat the same thing 2 days in a row.
I don't.
I've made barbecue before and then eaten that barbecue every single day for a week.
I think that's the thing that you would eat every day is barbecue.
No, barbecue. Yeah, no, I would make barbecue the way God intended, which is pulled pork with a mustard base because vinegar and ketchup base is an abomination.
The more you know.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do barbecue, do it right.
Okay. What is my favorite cereal?
Raisin Bran?
Crunch. Raisin Bran Crunch. But yeah, Raisin Bran. Your favorite cereal is oatmeal.
I do have favorite cereal.
I'm kidding. Is it like It's probably something random. I don't know. You don't eat cereal.
I don't eat cereal anymore. I no longer have like I can no longer do that much milk in the morning.
Can I guess Captain Crunch?
I mean, you'd be wrong. But
Okay, what is it?
I don't have a favorite cereal. I'm just messing with you. I mean, I would probably be something like Life.
You're so annoying.
I like something that's like, I can feel like I'm being healthy, but I can still put some sugar on it and like drink essentially like sugary milk.
Do you
for
remember?
breakfast.
I don't remember what it was called, but it had like a king on it. It was like a castle.
Oh, King Vitamin.
Is it King Vitamin?
Yeah, it's a really dumb name, and I had never experienced it, but like everyone I know in high school
cereal.
talked about King Vitamin. I've never heard of King Vitamin, but like that's apparently a thing.
But I only liked it when they had the real king on the cover of the cereal box. When they changed to a cartoon king, I stopped liking it. I don't know why.
Like a picture of an old man, like with the king
Yeah.
crown. I would guess would be on like a scepter, just on. Yeah, no. I understand why my parents didn't buy that for me. They loved me.
Okay. What is my favorite music?
Just female pop star. Just female pop star. Like it's like either Taylor Swift or it's Taylor Swift, but like just in that vein, Selena Gomez.
Yeah, I like ladies
kind of
who sing their hearts out.
Mine is also very similar. In that
I think no, isn't yours like nerdy rap?
I do love nerdy rap, but there's a lot of
It's like Katy Perry.
I specifically think Katy Perry is one of the most profound musicians in the entire world.
I think it's so fun.
There are a few other people that I love. I do love Megaran. Which is in the nerdy music. He does a lot of things. He did an album called Black Materia where he just remixed all the songs from Final Fantasy VII and rapped over them and told the story of the game, and it is amazing. But the only thing I've been listening to lately is Hamilton.
Yeah.
And that is
That's all he'll let us listen to in the car when we're driving.
That's because it's all I need to listen to for a while. It's so good.
Okay, next question.
Good.
What's your favorite sports team?
You don't give a poop about sports. You don't. Either of us do. We're
But-
not sports people. I mean, if I have to choose one, it's UFC.
Panthers.
Oh yeah, you're Panthers.
Yeah.
I don't. See,
And not for any like actual caring reasons, but my dad's a huge Panthers fan.
her dad's a Panthers fan. My dad is a fan of the University of South Carolina, which is the real USC, not University of Southern California. Go Gamecocks. Go Panthers, I guess. But
Yeah.
you know, if it's college football, USC. If it's pro football,
It's Panthers.
Panthers.
My dad, it's really weird because my dad is from Ohio, but he's been a Panther fan for like
Man.
ever. And they're having a great season.
According to the people we talked to who are much more knowledgeable about this.
Like, yeah, I invited my friend over to help us film something today, and he was like, I can't, I have to watch the game. And I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, a lot of
sports.
people would think that like, you know, it's southern. We live in like a southern town, and a lot of southern towns, I guess it's more of a Texan thing, but really care about their like high school football and stuff. But we went to a school called Wando High School, which is, I'm pretty sure at this point, the biggest like school period in the state. Like right now, it has I think 4,000 plus students in it. But it had 4,000 plus students, and when we went there, managed to have a terrible football team. Just terrible. Which, you know, is because a lot of them got arrested, but that's not neither here nor there. But like, so like, we didn't have much like pride of like our football team growing up. I just kind of missed me completely.
Yeah, our band was actually a lot better than our football team. Our band was like
it was
6-time national champion.
It was band, newspaper, and I'm not being biased, and track and field were our major things, and then the football team got all of the like the popularity from the school because it was still very much so like, you know, the guys on the football team were the big poop, I guess, in the school, and people loved them. And
it was kind of like that with a lot of the sports though, like the soccer guys and
the
basketball guys.
The soccer guys were a lot less insufferable though. They were all actually kind of cool people. The swimming people were awesome.
Swimming people were awesome. Our swimming was really good.
Yeah,
too.
It's all the like the non-major
stuff.
stuff.
Was like
I think our lacrosse team was cool, but I mean nobody really cares about lacrosse.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if you care about lacrosse.
It's not that nobody cared about lacrosse. I think he means that there weren't a lot of lacrosse teams for them to play, like in the area. Not a lot of high schools have a lacrosse team.
My best friend,
this area.
my best friend growing up, he did not actually go to the same high school as I went to. I went to a school that had about like 900 graduating class with me, which if you ever have a chance to go to like a 900+ graduation ceremony, don't. Just tell whoever is going, like whoever's graduating that you did go, they will have no way of knowing. But my best friend Corey went to a school, a Christian school that had a graduating class of about 10. So, and he played on their football team, and man, the different divisions, man, like, so much, just the like, I thought our football team was bad. Like, you take a class, like a school that has like maybe like 40 or 50 kids in it, and try to get a football team out of it, doesn't work.
Alright, next question. That was a really long answer for what's my favorite
I can ramble, I like rambling.
Okay, what is my eye color?
Hazel, I think. I talked about this. I don't have good memory. Like, I can't be like, oh, her eyes are the most beautiful blank.
They're like blue.
They're gray. I know they're gray. I sorry, I just forgot they weren't gray. But
they're like a greenish gray.
I don't.
Sometimes blue. It's really weird.
What are my eyes?
You have like brownish green eyes.
Hazel.
Hazel.
I have hazel eyes. I don't know these things. I'm like I said. I'm very. I don't pay attention to things.
Who is my best friend?
Dawn.
Corey.
Yeah. Hate that guy.
I love my best friend.
I love him. He's a brother to me.
Okay.
Guys understand. Guys will understand.
Number 25.
You hate your best friend. That's how it works. Girls love them. I hate them.
Number 25. What is something that I do that you don't like?
I am not a fan of something. There are things.
Yeah.
It's hard to think off the top of my head because there's so many about this person. If I had to choose one thing you don't like, I just pass. No, there's something. And just for anybody watching, I'm not like afraid she'll get mad at me if I say something. She knows I have issues with what she does.
Yeah. I'm pretty good.
She is a slob. She is a mess of a person, and she makes I'm like, no joke, she will eat dinner and I have to go and I have to sweep under the table where she's eaten. Because more food ended up on the floor than inside of her.
Right.
And if I could
that got a little harsh, but cool.
And I mean, you're just okay. A slob may be a little harsh, but you very much so. You make a mess.
Yeah, I'm
messy. Which is fine, and I understand that, and I understand I'm a little bit anal about that. I'm a little bit of a neat freak, so it bothers me a little more than it probably should. I understand that.
I'm messy. I'm not dirty. I'm not nasty.
No. She cleans herself, and she doesn't like sleep with mold around her. But like,
yeah, no, I clean up after myself, but I don't mind leaving like piles of things in places sometimes, because we will like in my household.
Sometimes.
In my household, we cleaned like once a week. Like we kept the house like pretty like not gross, but like Sunday was cleaning day. So like if you left piles of stuff, it would get cleaned up on Sunday. And breaking out of that habit of, oh, I'll get to it later has been hard. Because
my house was very much so, don't make a mess.
You also hate it when you leave towels on the ground.
Yeah, I also, this kind of goes into why, like, if at any point we talk about cooking later, why she's not allowed to cook in our kitchen. Because I clean as I go, and I will, like, you know, I won't even eat my food until the kitchen is spotless.
I'm a whirlwind. I zoom.
And then eat, and I'll walk into the kitchen, and there'll be flour on the floor, like chocolate on the walls. Like, it'll be...
Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but...
Okay, that only happened once, but...
I don't, the camera's about to die, but when I cook, you just whirlwind, then you eat your food, and then you clean up, or somebody else cleans up.
I can't enjoy my food unless it's spotless, which is weird. Her dad is even better about it than I am. He, like... When he
I learned it from my mom.
Yeah. But we probably should wrap up doing the camera dying.
Okay, well that was the last question.
Yeah, it was.
So that was the boyfriend tag.
I'm dying. I can't no seething hatred. Bye.